So the migrant crisis in Chicago is getting out of hand, as if it wasn't already out of hand. But apparently, some of the migrants want to go back to Venezuela or their host nation country due to the weather situation in Chicago. If you guys don't know, Chicago in the wintertime is extremely cold. And some of these migrants are still living in tents outside. A lot of them been there for months, I guess, waiting for relief and aid. So I'm just going to be honest. This was a clusterfuck. They weren't prepared for this. They didn't do any good planning as far as how many migrants were going to come. And they should have known that a lot of migrants are going to come, especially when you're giving out free money and free bed and board and Airbnbs and all this stuff to people who are not even citizens of this country. I mean, they should have known better, but this is just extremely poor planning. That mayor over there, I can't remember his name, but I can't stand him. He doesn't even listen to his own people that have problems there, and it's just, again, bad planning. It's just a clusterfuck. Another thing is we shouldn't even be doing this. We're not in any position to do anything like this. We can't even solve our own problems, yet we want to create new problems. We're just wasting money, throwing it away at a problem that we shouldn't even be having right now. We got so much things that we can do with that money in this country. You got citizens in this country who are not even getting treated this well, who are paying taxes, that are citizens of this country that are not even being treated as well. Yet you got guys that are migrating over here. I mean, think about it. What other country does this? Who's giving out money to people to come to their country and give them a stipend, until they get on their feet, get a job and a house and all that? Nobody's doing that. Yet we somehow have money pulled out of nowhere in order to support this. Like, this is the stuff I'm talking about, man. Yet we're trillions of dollars in debt, and we're digging ourselves in a deeper hole. I mean, for God's sakes, we're in no position to be doing anything to this nature right now. And it's nothing against the migrants. I don't have a beef with the migrants. Anyone who wants to come over to this country and do better and live the American dream, so be it. But understand this, you're going to have to work for it. There shouldn't be no fast track to success in this country. For God's sakes, I'm born and bred American myself, and I've been working since I was 12 years old to get everything I have. The little bit that I do have, I have to work for it. So any migrant shouldn't be the exception. And as far as the American dream is concerned, the American dream ain't even the American dream to the American people. The American dream is for those who are well off, who have the means to where they had generational wealth to pass down to their children's children. Not me and you, the normal American. We're just a cog in the wheel. We just keep the motor running. And that's just the truth of the matter is. And it doesn't matter what president is sitting in office, because bottom line is none of them care about you. You can argue about what side you want to be on all day, and it's all theatrics. But at the end of the day, whoever is sitting in an office does not care about the hardworking American. They do not. When COVID hit, they wanted everybody back working. Why? So the rich people can stay rich. The company can stay lobbying and paying these politicians. These guys that are put in these positions in office, all they care about is lining their pockets. They care about their bottom line. They do not care about you. And they're going to keep everything the way it is. They're not going to make any substantial changes. You're not going to see anything new. I mean, just think about it for a second. There was a guy from Venezuela. He came down here. He came to Chicago. He got a job. He actually got a job and a place to stay. And he decides he wants to go to. He decides he wants to go back to Venezuela after all of that. Now, you got to ask yourself, for a place that people are supposed to be facing persecution, right, and their lives are being threatened, why would you want to go back? It makes you wonder, how bad is it really over there? And I don't know from personal experience how bad is it over there. But if you're willing to go back, even after you were given a handout here, that's a lot to say right there. So we literally just wasted resources on people who want to go back to that same persecution and that same poor or threatening environment. So what did we really solve? And what are we solving? You got people living out in tents. We're wasting money. Chicago wasted $330 million at this point. And you got people out there. Nobody's getting what they want. The taxpayers have to foot the bill. It's a lose-lose. For the life of me, I can't understand why we are creating problems when we won't solve any of the problems that we have in our country. This makes no sense. And again, I'm not picking on the migrants. You guys want to come here and make it, a living and do better than what you can in your country. So be it, man. I have no issue with that. But come on, man. Like, at the expense of taxpayer money. A lot of people have a lot to say about that. Again, this mayor, he doesn't care. He just wants to cater to a certain base so he can keep his job. So he's in the good graces of that base. So he can line his pockets. He doesn't care about the people. And it's the people who vote this douchebag in. But yet and still, they're not working for the people. And none of these politicians work for the people. They work for themselves. So understand that. But this situation, it's not going to fix itself. Throwing money at it's not going to fix it. Because somebody's going to pay. And you know who that is. We could do so much in this country. The American dream, again, like I said, it ain't the American dream you think it is. There's enough land for everybody to have. But you can't have it. I can't have it. But Uncle Sam, he's going to get his. And you know where he's getting it from. So, I don't know why they even wanted to do this in this way if they had poor planning. And I don't understand why there's always money out of nowhere when they don't even want to pay reparations. They don't know how they want to study just to do that. And they argue about the study and they just don't know how we're going to do it. I don't understand it. They'll argue with you all day about how they're going to figure out a way for reparations. But when it comes to little dumb shit like this, money just comes out of nowhere. War in Israel, money comes out of nowhere. They spent $300 million a day in the Afghan war for 20 years. Think about that. I was there 2 times. I served 2 tours in Afghanistan. What did we accomplish? Nothing. Pulled our troops back, and all of those guys the Taliban took back over. They took all our resources, our MRAPs, some of our weaponry, our exercise machines, our facilities. All of it is theirs. What the fuck did we accomplish out there? Nothing. So again, America's good at wasting money. We're deep in this hole. The last thing we need to be thinking about is bringing more people in, and we can't even support them coming in, let alone our own people. This is crazy. Anyways, it's your boy Nick. Like and subscribe, and I'm out.